Gabriel sent in a bunch of questions on the literary genre of romance.
Now, by this I take it you don't mean Barbara Cartland, loves reckless rash.
Right.
No, not that kind of
This
romance.
is, yeah. So he asks, what is medieval romance?
Well, medieval romance was not what you might consider. The medieval romances were stories originally written in early French, the Romance tongue. And they had to do, they were legends of knights and so on. There were three major divisions of them, although there were stories outside these divisions that were considered romances. The first was called The Matter of Britain, and it was the stories of King Arthur and his knights and so forth, and the Holy Grail and all that. The second was The Matter of France, which was to do with Charlemagne and his knights, and Roland and people like that.
Oh, is that the poetry?
Some of it's epic poetry, some of it's prose. It's both.
Oh, okay.
Then the third was The Matter of Rome, and that was where the adventures of people like Julius Caesar and Alexander the Great were transmogrified into medieval tales. And Alexander and Julius Caesar became sort of knightly heroes.
Oh.
And then eventually there was a fourth genre, The Matter of Jerusalem, which was the story of the Crusades, Godefroy Bouillon and all that.
Yeah.
Those are the four major matters. But, as I say, there were sort of like Robin Hood and things like this that were kind of alongside and in and out and so on.
I noticed two of those matters. One of our books, Chivalry, by Leon Gautier, it heavily covers Godfrey de Bouillon.
Yes.
And the Roland's...
Charlemagne, The Matter of France. Gautier's book is very much The Matter of France and somewhat the matter of Jerusalem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Gabriel also asks, what is the medieval romance's uniqueness? What makes a story a romance rather than, say, a saga or a drama?
Well, part of it are the origins, drama being Greek and sagas being Norse. That's the easy way out of that question.
Wow, wasn't expecting that.
Well, there's an easy way out there. But no, but what does make them different from either the Greek drama or the Norse saga is, firstly, they are suffused with the Catholic faith. There's mass and hermits and priests and monks and all that stuff, because again, it's the period from which they come. They're very often tales of wonder, but there's a lot of regular human psychology in them, you see. So they're not stick figures, to say the least. Yeah, so I think that...
What, in your opinion, is the greatest romance ever written in pre-modern times? What is the greatest written in our time?
Well, I would say the quest to the Holy Grail, or what they call the Vulgate Grail. But in general, the whole Matter of Britain. Don't get me wrong, I love the others too, but there is something in Arthuriana that really, really hits one.
That's interesting because Leon Gautier
doesn't like.
He hates that.
Yeah.
That was the downfall
Absolutely,
of chivalry.
That's absolutely how he feels. Which I certainly, as you know, I treasure everyone's right to their own feelings, but also you got to bear in mind that he had a love of the early Middle Ages. The thing about Arthuriana is that it, as he rightly says, is a product of the later era of chivalry. I don't mean the roots of the stories, but the versions that we have now. And in a sense, they speak more clearly to moderns for that very reason. As to the best romance of modern times, so of course, we don't really have romances, except Barbara Cartland and all that. We don't really have romances today, but the closest we would come to today are fantasy novels. And of those, I would say without hesitation that the best is Lord of the Rings. But notice that the man who wrote it was thoroughly grounded in the study of medieval romance. So, but I would say definitely Lord of the Rings.
Makes sense.